Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, Wards and Wardens. So remember, we are about to face a faction rebellion here soon, though we'll likely just have to give into their ultimatum. We really don't have any choice here. It's 4 months before we'll see this be sent to us. And not much is going to change in that time, I don't think. Now, we could of course, just give into it beforehand, and go ahead and change up our crown authority down to level 3 in the hope that the change of opinion would result in many people leaving that faction, but I don't really think that'll be the case. If you just look at the numbers here, there's only, this guy is close to leaving, and he's the leader, and if he leaves, I think it disbands it. I don't think that'd be quite enough, because his opinion is still going to be really low of us guys. It's a negative 30. So he's still going to really dislike us. So I don't think that would have enough of an effect there. And then as far as other guys, he would perhaps leave the faction. But I think that's probably it, guys. So I think it would just be the one guy, Duke Gerard, and that would not be enough to reduce their military power. So what would happen is they would still demand our crown authority to be reduced, but now we'd be sitting at high, and so they'd be reducing it down to limited. So just better to let it fire, and then we'll agree to their demands. Now, one thing I did notice here is that with the Franconian culture, clearly the emperor, the former emperor, had started to establish a new cultural tradition. This results in the gregarious trait having additional bonuses, and characters of this culture will perform better when appointed as court musician. So essentially it's one of the more useless cultural traditions. Yeah, it's just not very good, honestly. So I'm not entirely sure why that was selected. I think the AI is just kind of random in what they select here. But that'll be established in 21 years. What I think we're going to eventually do is create a hybrid culture with French. Because, we're right in the middle here. If you look at a lot of the lands that we own, or our vassals own, our direct vassals, it is actually French culture. And rather than converting all of those territories, because again, we own a lot of this French culture when we don't own as many Franconian ones. So rather than try and convert all those, I think it just makes more sense to instead do a hybrid culture, and then we can select the best traditions from each of these two, which they do have very different cultures, as you can see. There's only one similar tradition here. We do not have a lot of prestige right now, and we have a whole bunch of issues with the instability in our realm, and this is going to cause further instability because for a time we'll be a different culture than all of our vassals. And so yeah, this is going to cause some issues, so I don't think now is the good time to do it due to the lack of prestige and those stability issues. But we can see what it would look like. So yeah, you got to mess with these are our pillars. Maybe if you want to provide some suggestions on what we should select here, we only have one choice with the ethos since they both have the same ethos. But yeah, we'd have to pick our heritage, our language, and then with the traditions you can have up to 6, so basically we could select all 5 of these traditions if we want. That's if we want them. We'd want to take a look at them and see if all of them fit for what we're trying to do here, and then we'd have to pick the aesthetics as well. So yeah, a lot of options here for us to go over. We would also get 2 innovations, the Arch Saddle and Hereditary Rule, and this would result in us having acceptance of Franconian and French, the cultures at 100%. But here's our problem. All of our close family will convert, but only 2 of our 13 vassals, one of which is our close family. And so I think that's the biggest issue here, guys. We're going to have a penalty with all these vassals due to having a different culture. So yeah, I know the acceptance will nullify some of that. I'm not sure how much of it though. So we'll just wait. We'll wait to do it, guys, until we fix our instability issues and maybe earn a little bit more prestige here, because yeah, that would cost 700 prestige. All right, so remember we're at this tournament here, and we're about to be doing the recital. I don't know if we're going to participate in that. Probably not, guys. I don't think we're going to attempt to participate in it. Remember, we have this murder intent, so we're just going to work on that. Even though he is the closest one to leaving that faction, so that's something to consider. Duke Gerard is really not that contentious to our family when you consider it. Let's go to the village, guys. We haven't done this one yet. So this is the merrymaking. The music can be heard from the fields surrounding the village. Following it, I came to its origin, the heavily garlanded square. Flutes and tambourines and all manners of instruments and balladry. Men and women dance rounds through every part of the square. Now their hands are joined together. Now they begin to sing. Now they spin and spin and spin. So you say the perfect occasion to impress the attendants. We wouldn't want to do that as a callous character. Yeah, we're not going to be dancing around and stuff. Or that music is so inspiring and increases our score moderately, but we don't want to do any of these because we're not even participating. Okay. I guess we'll go with this and take the stress just because I feel like this one doesn't fit. I don't think we're going to break out dancing here. I don't think that's really our character. So yeah, we'll just have to go with this option and take all that stress, unfortunately. And now we're going to qualify, even though I don't actually want to participate in this. Is there any way to say you don't want to participate? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that you can do that. Alright, so I guess we're participating. Wasn't the goal here. I didn't really want an event that would actually increase our score there, but that's what happened. So let's go with... Let's go to the tavern. Yeah, we'll go to the tavern again. Uh-oh, seems that something broke here, guys, because you look at our intent. I don't even want to hover over that because I'm worried that it will crash the game. But you see our intent is not working. Some weird graphic. That's like their placeholder graphics. So, not sure what's going on there. And then we got the local hero, which this is a travel event. Even though we shouldn't be traveling, we're at the tournament. Unless, oh, did the tournament just end? I think that's what happened. It still is on here. Okay. So let's go and select an option here. And I think we'll go with... We don't have any money. Well, we do have money, actually. Because we just got additional taxes from our steward. Also, I brought in our mother and our sister and brother because they were not at our court. They're at the Imperial Court. So I brought them here. So we'd have control over them. So we do actually have money here. And... yeah, I guess we'd do this one. Doesn't really matter. These little travel events are kind of pointless here. So yeah, I guess we're going back home. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. You know, I didn't want to participate in the tournament event, but I just still want to be at the tournament. So I feel like it just broke. He didn't die. Yeah, we didn't kill him. It seems like he's still at it, but we're heading home for some reason. Okay, not entirely sure what happened there. But we have our sister and brother here. So our sister already has a guardian, that's our mother, and so we're going to leave that as is. But our brother, he did not yet have a guardian because he hadn't had his childhood trait before our father died. And so we need to select something here, and we could go with the learning education. That would be an option. Could also do the stewardship, which is what I think we are going to do. Let's do the stewardship one, guys. Since two of our siblings have already gone down the learning education. Alright, so we do need to select a guardian for him. Now, we could do it ourselves. We're okay at stewardship. Our learning's alright, too. Yeah, I guess so. Currently, we're a steward, the guardian of our daughter. And we could always change that up. We just don't know what her trait's going to be yet. So, yeah, we'll do that for now. You know, we have another son coming, or another child. I'm hoping it's a son. Alright, guys, so we arrived back home. A couple big events have happened here. So first of all, there's a war on our liege, the Emperor, and this is Bohemia. So this was a faction, a rather large faction. Let me just see exactly what this conflict is over. So it's a Liberty War. And so essentially they demanded that he reduce the crown authority, and he said no. So if this faction succeeds in their rebellion, which it looks like they will, with almost 15,000 troops, of course the Emperor has not pulled any allies in that he has. So that situation could change. I don't know though, because I think these are all vassals. I don't think he has any allies that he'll be able to pull in here. So yeah, I think he's probably going to lose this rebellion. And if he does, then this is what happens here. So the Kaiser is going to, you know, of course, have his crown authority reduced, and he's going to lose prestige, but most importantly, he's going to give a weak hook to all of the vassals who rebelled against him, and so they'll be able to use that to maybe force themselves on the council or get a variety of other things. So yeah, I knew this was going to be a problem having this really weak emperor, but they elected him, so they wanted a weak emperor. But that's one of the events that happened. Another one that I found pretty interesting is that there is now a hybrid culture between the Norwegian and Anglo-Saxon, and that's this one here. It's like English, So yeah, it's Norwegian, Anglo-Saxon, hybrid culture. So a lot of traditions here with 7, and a lot of these are pretty good. But yeah, it's just these provinces here that have converted to that. Most of them are Anglo-Saxon. Yeah, interesting situation there. Something we need to do here is we're going to go ahead and pardon the Duke of Flanders. Remember, we've already taken that title from him. We can still imprison him and they get money and stuff, but obviously imprisoning him would be a bad idea. That would result in the faction revolt. And so we're not going to do that. Could also punish him as a wrathful character. You like duel him in order to punish him. But we're not going to do that either. That would banish him and result in his son taking over. We're not going to do any of that. Instead, we're going to just pardon him, guys. That's somewhere there's an option to pardon him. Because we're wanting this opinion increase. So we're going to concede the imprisonment reason and the banishment reason and get a plus 15 opinion. Make them like us a little bit more. I think it's worth it since we've already taken the title, which is the main thing you might want to do there. My father did that. We did get an entry perk. Excellent. So now we can start working on the schemer branch here. None of these are really going to help us that much at this moment. And so yeah, let's just go ahead and start working on the next branch here rather than going down the torture one. And so this is the truth is relative. Enables the fabricate hook scheme, and finding secrets may fabricate the hooks as well. So this is one of those perks that a lot of people speculate is not actually helpful, because when you're trying to get hooks, it seems like you get a lot of events now where you have to actually pay to get the hook. It just comes to feel like rather than being able to find secrets, you always get the event to fabricate them, which of course costs money. And so a lot of people report that as well, that as soon as they get that perk, it just seems like that's all they ever get. Maybe it's not the case, but it certainly appears that way. Now, we are not gonna, we got this Love and Lock event here, and we're not gonna go with I'll wear until I die. That's where you get the nickname with the tress. We had a character in one of our, in our past campaign, actually, the last one we did in France, that got the same events and had that nickname. But yeah, I don't think it fits with our character, and we would not care about hurting her feelings. So we're gonna say, what? That's disgusting. Hurt her feelings. She'll probably still like us a lot, though. Kind of awful we're doing that while she's pregnant as well, but we don't want to wear her hair. So is this attempt to assassinate him? Okay, so that's interesting, because I was thinking that we wouldn't be able to do this before the faction fired. But it did get delayed some, so I think that's what happened there. I saw a little bit of delay there. I think maybe the discontent decreased or something. I'm not entirely sure how it got delayed. But now we can assassinate him before this happens. And we have a very good chance of secrecy and success. So yeah, let's make it happen, guys. And looks like it worked out excellently. And we were not discovered either. Alright, so he has passed. Nobody's the wiser of what happened there. His son is now taken over, and we're going to be assassinating him next, even though he's not a threat at the moment, because he's only 11. But remember, it takes time to assassinate characters, and this has weakened them a lot, but not enough, unfortunately. You'd have to take out the Duke Roger the Hunchback here. That would be an option. He is a powerful vassal causing us some problems here. And he might end up just leaving a faction on his own. That's a real possibility. Also, as we increase our troop numbers, you know, this might affect how much military power they need here. Yeah, it's not impossible you take out this guy, but yeah, it's not going to matter anyway, because they can send an ultimatum now, which I assume they will. So I think it's kind of irrelevant at this point. But yeah, you could take him out and then put another boy on a high-ranking duchy. So that's an option. One thing I really want to do, and what I probably should have done before I assassinated this guy, but in this case, I'm hoping that our dynasty will eventually take over here. Because, you know, we have a matrilineal marriage here. And so, yeah, that's our sister. And her children with Arnulf would be the ones to succeed here if you take out the current Duke Heinrich. And so in this case, I didn't want to do it, but with the Duke here in Italy, what we might want to do before you assassinate him is to force him, oops, don't want to grant him a vassal, wanted to modify his contract here, is to force him to have succession rights, forced partition. And so you'd have to, he already has low taxes and low feudal levies. Okay, that's unfortunate. I'm guessing, he must have been granted that before. I don't really want to exempt him. Yeah, I didn't realize he already had low everything here, but you got to basically give him something if you don't want this to be tyrannical or to get a hook on him. So that's an option as well. So maybe we'll try and work on getting a hook. But first, we need to do a few other things. We need to replace that council member, which I'm really surprised our brother hasn't. Well, I guess you still have the boy will eventually be the powerful vassal here. But still, I thought he would supplant somebody else. But I guess all these guys are really powerful. Yeah, that makes sense. Our brother does not have enough titles to be the powerful vassal. But that's who we're going to assign as the marshal here. So we finally have somebody on our council who actually supports us and our brother, Prince Magnus. And I'm glad we were to have a good relationship with our brother. Because you never know how these brotherly relationships are going to work out. And one thing I just saw at the council is that we actually have our chancellor doing foreign affairs. That's not beneficial. Let's do the domestic affairs. Yeah, that would really help out. We need opinion with our all of our vassals. Yeah, so should have already been doing that. So yeah, let's go ahead and take out this boy next. But yeah, we're not going to do the partition inheritance here because yeah, we want it all to go to Arnulf. So we could have done that beforehand and then they would have split it. And eventually he would have inherited it all, I suppose. But yeah, let's go ahead and attempt to assassinate him. 95% chances, as that's here. So 12 months for that to happen. We might want to change up Duke Gottfried. I'll see how much of an effect this will have. But we need to start looking for secrets. And I would like to start with this guy here. So we could just use a hook to change up his contract. So yeah, we'd want to find secrets in his capital over here. And let me just see if that has too much of an effect here. No, we're still good. It's going to take probably a little bit longer, you'd think. Maybe it needs to update, but yeah, still good there because of all the agents that have joined. And so yeah, no problems there. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and search for a physician. Our wife is an alright physician. She's not bad. And yeah, here's the demand, guys, from Duke Roger. So we already knew this was going to happen, so we will have to give in and spend 200 prestige, have the crown authority changed, and then we'll lose 20 dread, of course, as well. So that's unfortunate because we were kind of building that dread up, and that kind of helped us a lot. All right, so that faction is gone, no longer a threat. Yeah, we need to hire somebody who could be a good tutor, because unfortunately we don't have any good tutor options. I was looking in here, and there was nobody. There's one that's got an average, and he's a knight. And he's wounded and ill, so we'll see how long he even lasts here, because his health is ailing. Yeah, we need somebody to do the court tutor position. Somebody that would be decent at it. And maybe we'll get a better doctor out of this as well. So these are the two choices. He actually has the physician trait here. And his learning's decent. But he's going to be quite expensive at 125. Or you can select her, which yeah, that doesn't make any sense to do that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and select him. That would have further upset our wife if she was just replaced. We are soulmates though, so our opinion's still very high here. But yeah, she got that negative 25 and the negative 15 and the negative 30 there from different events. So yeah, we're definitely having some issues with this spouse relationship. So we've been invited to a feast and a hunt. Obviously can't participate in both. But here's the feast outside our realm. Might make more sense to go to this hunt. Although, isn't that the character... Okay, that's the son of the character who we assassinated. Certainly risky. But it gives us an opportunity to perhaps kill somebody else. But maybe we're being invited because he wants to kill us. Also, the Pope is currently doing a grand tournament. But yeah, we're not going to participate in that. It's too far. So yeah, let's go ahead and attend this hunt. And then we'll see if we can't assassinate somebody there. Alright, so let's go ahead and select our intent, which will be to murder. And I'm not entirely sure who we'll want to take out. Probably somebody, maybe him. He doesn't like us. And he has a... Let me see here. He actually is a good diplomat, though. Yeah, he has a boy that would take over, so you get rid of him. Maybe we should see if any other factions have formed since that last one. Nope. No factions. So since that's not an issue, we just murder somebody who's like really powerful and causing us issues. Unfortunately, that one Duke in Italy is not, yeah, he's not attending this. We know this guy here also joined that faction against us, so you could take him out. Doesn't really benefit you much though, because this guy takes over instead, and he's very ambitious. So it really doesn't benefit us taking him out. We don't want to take out Adrian the Impaler. He's one of the few people that somewhat likes us. I really feel like the Count who invited us here is the one we should take out, guys. So let's go and do that. I mean, he's actually a decent vassal here with that diplomacy, but we're not using him in that way. So yeah, we'll take him out. He invited us probably to murder us. That's what we're just going to assume. And so we're going to murder him. So our wife gave birth, and it was a boy. So we're going to name him Gerard. I know it's kind of boring to use the same name over and over again, but it is historical. Most nobles did name their first son after themselves. Not always, but most of them did. And the only reason why you didn't get the same name over and over and over again with some titles is simply because the first son died. And so it was one of the other sons that took over that title. Yeah, you'll see that's quite often. But some dynasties did, give it to the same named person over and over and over again because their first son didn't die in those instances. And there's even a few examples where they would change their child's name, whoever was the heir, to be like let's say Hugh or something like that, so that every member of the dynasty who ruled on that title would have the exact same name. That was a pretty rare event, though. But yeah, we are going to be hunting, I think I said a deer. So, of course, we don't really care because we're hunting him. And so we got the option for it. So let's actually read this here. So, galloping through the leafy bushes, following the calls of the horns and baying of the dogs, Count Thierry at last separates himself from the rest of the party. So it looks like this is the best opportunity we're going to get. And so we can say today is the day. This is an intrigue prowess challenge with a 36% chance that he dies, 31% chance that he's injured. But we would not bide our time, so let's go ahead and make it happen. And we completed our intent, and now he is dead. Alright, so we should be heading back home now. And yeah, I think we're not going to do that option because it's the callous one. Yeah, we'll just go with this one and lose a bit more stress. We lost a lot of our stress on a travel event that happened on the way there. It was that metal man. There was an option there to kind of fit for us that resulted in us losing some stress. But yeah, we took out that count, and so now it should be a boy on the throne over here, or I say on the throne, but on the county title. And so he can't join factions. He's only 9, not gonna be a threat to us for quite some time. So just trying to gain control of our realm, mainly through taking out all our rivals. And Duke Gottfried, I think we're probably going to leave him alive now. Yeah, I don't think we're going to take him out. Remember, his power is going to be reduced eventually when the guy who holds... Well, what happened here? Oh, here he is. When he ascends to his father's duchy title, so when his father dies, the Duke of Flanders, he's going to take a couple of these counties with him. And so that's going to help reduce the power of Gottfried's family. So Duke Jonathan came to pay homage to us, and he brought some gold, which is excellent because we need gold if we were in debt there. And our court grandeur has increased as well. Alright, so that's going to help us out. And martial guidance has some popular opinion in that one province, which is nice because I don't think they were too happy with us trying to convert them. And we're getting that control up as well, so getting more taxes and levies from them. So things are starting to kind of turn around for us here. We do need to take a look at our knight ranks. I suppose that's the next thing we want to do, is sort out the situation here. Because yeah, we don't have anybody there. And we still have to bring back the Iron Knight. So we just need more knights in general. And our crop of knights aren't bad because most of them are dukes and counts that are really good with their prowess. Yeah, we might want to invite knights next. I don't think we've been taking that decision in this playthrough yet. So yeah, something we might want to do. Obviously gotta have the money to pay for those knights though, so we won't do that now. We are not going to go pay homage to the Emperor. I don't think we have much respect for our father's former friend here. Yeah, he's like 70 years old. He's not going to last long. And he's weak. Very weak. He has a county. So he's just going to continue to see factions created against him. And now this is an independence faction created by the Duchess Matilda, of all people. Very interesting. So, let me just take a look here. We could always try and get independence ourselves. I don't know, though. We wouldn't want to just do it against, with just Duchess Matilda. But if the Italians are all breaking away, then it would make sense that we would want to break away too, if it's a large number of people join it. We'll just watch that faction, keep our eye on it, and see if, you know, if it would be in our best interest to leave, because we're not a particularly loyal character. Not like, our father and grandfather. So Gerard's first bonds. Oh, back when you were but a little child, I'll always cherish those days, says my mother, Ida, quite unprompted. Everything comes rushing back. I know that my mother held a deep devotion to me, and, while my father Gerard lived, he too loved me fiercely. It was he who heard my first words. He even accepted my milk tooth into his hand. He encouraged my mischief, my dressing up. It's too late to thank him, though. My gratitude only goes to my mother for now. Alright, so that's interesting. So it's a callback to the events that Gerard got when we were playing as his father. Okay, that's kind of cool. I know it's just a little thing. So we can say, I love you, mother. And this is a chance that we'll gain the little trait, or that she'll get a strong hook on us. I'll pass the loving care to our children. This is get you the parenting by example. And then these are the two potential options that might happen. Or, family gratitude, and so on. And I feel like that's the one we go with as Cal's raffle character. Now, we don't have much stress to lose here, of course, but yeah, this is clearly the option our character would do. He doesn't have these feelings. I'm surprised he was even thinking about what his father did for him back when he was a small boy. So is this the assassination attempt? No, this is an attempt to improve the chance here. Okay, so it's not really necessary. We already have good chances, so why even get yourself involved like that? So, Lost Viking. Struggling and shouting, a large man is dragged before me. He is clearly a Viking raider, the type who has sown chaos in our realm for decades. I don't know, seems a bit late for Viking raiders. Please have mercy. My name is Ragnvalder, and I have been living in the county of Lisboa for years. I was left behind because I was injured. The villagers saved me. They're my family now. The Viking falls to his knees, hoping I'll spare his life. Several peasants confirm his story. Yeah, this event that probably should have happened a bit earlier in the game. Yeah, you could say, you may entertain my courtiers with your unique story. That will result in him joining our court. How good is he as a knight? He's actually really solid. Okay, we might want to do that. We would lose some opinion in the county. We could say, a good act does not balance out the bad. You die and we kill him. Or, as you serve the village, you may live for now. Yeah, I think we'd go with this one and bring him in. Bring him into our court. Use him as a knight. Against all these damn vassals we have. We can't trust. Yeah, we had like a large rebellion. We'd lose all our knights because they're all our vassals currently. So we were invited to a feast here. Where's this at? Okay, this is way over here. And I don't know that we're going to participate in that. We got other things to be doing, and our wife is pregnant again. All right, excellent. So getting ourselves a little brood here. So still waiting for our children to get their traits. All right, so here's the assassination attempt for Duke Heinrich III. Should be successful. Yep. So he's gone. We did gain stress. I'm not entirely sure why we gained stress there, right? Because he's just a child. But I really don't think our callous character would care, honestly. But we're just trying to further our own goals. But now Duke Arnulf has that title. And so no longer have to worry about this very powerful vassal for quite some time. We'd have plenty of time to like increase opinion here. He's got a new region here, which is Count Stephen. Count Stephen, I think, served us at one point. Yeah. I think he might have been our chancellor, actually. And then, of course, he's going to be marrying our sister. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where he doesn't find secrets, and then you get this event instead. Now, this event can be nice for increasing opinion of people in that person's court, and maybe of the person you're trying to spy on anyways. Sometimes you can get opinion increases with them. But yeah, the option is so often, just do this, pay gold, and get the strong hook. Which, if we were trying to assassinate that guy, then getting his court physician, a strong hook on him would be fantastic. We could just force him into the plot, and he would increase it by a lot. But I'm not actually attempting to assassinate him just yet. And that's a lot of money, and there's no guarantee this guy stays the doctor. I mean, he probably would. Yeah, I mean, I guess it might be worth it in this particular case, since we know we want to assassinate him later. So we'll do it, but yeah, it's just kind of a bummer that you often don't seem to be able to find just secrets naturally once you pick that perk. That's just what I found and what many others have found as well. And what is this about? Was this an independence war here? Because he was already in the Liberty War. This is an artifact claim war. Okay, so this is the Hungarian king. Yeah, so that's probably going to be a defeat as well. Especially with him being distracted with other conflict. So he's just going to lose an artifact. It's not like a big deal or anything. So it looks like the emperor was just taken prisoner. So that's going to result in whatever war, which it looks like is the Liberty War, being a victory now, which we've already seen the results of that. So overall, probably not good for us, just because everybody's getting those hooks. So I don't see how that would be a good thing. Yeah, we don't really need alliances with either of them. I think we looked at those before. Let's see if there's anything else. We do have the Restore Accolade decision here that we can do. Okay, I think we'll do that. I was going to do the Invite Knights. We don't have any money, though. But I think this results in them just being able to, you just get a knight, and then they just come into your court because you're giving them an accolade position. Maybe not, but I guess we'll see. Gerard's first steps. So we've seen this event here already. And so we can say a giant step for a child, a small step for a ruler. What else can he do? Or I don't have time for this. So you can press him and maybe increase his prowess. I kind of feel like we would be like a pressing character like that. Yeah, let's do that. Results in him getting stress as well. Looks like it was successful here. His prowess is increased, so he's a fighting baby. So our cousin was released, meaning that the crown authority has been reduced, which he had really high crown authority. So, and we did get that acclaimed knight as well, so he can be appointed. And so that's nice about taking that decision, is you don't have to pay them. You can just go ahead and, oops, that's not the way we want to do that. You can just appoint him right away. He is an older guy, and he's one-legged and wounded and gout-ridden. So he's not in a great position here, but at least you have the position back. And now you can do the CK-worthy successor, which I think we have to do that with both of these, though he can actually be appointed this night. So yeah, we'll do that. That's the Viking that we got. Norse Raider, I guess is what we'll call him. And our cousin is granting us a gift. So I don't know how much a gift it is because it's cursed. I guess we'll take it. If you believe in curses, maybe that's a problem, but so I don't know if that's actually a good gift or not. But yeah, we'll go and place it. Place the artifact, and he doesn't really have any use for it either. Because he's not a king, so he doesn't have a royal court. So this gives us that prestige and grandeur bonus. And there's another bonus on there as well. So I want to take a look at where our court grandeur is at currently. Okay. So we could always decrease these because can't really afford it. As you guys can see here, we're not earning any money. I really feel like we do need to reduce this. At least by some level here. Because I just don't think we can afford it, honestly. We're like broke. So we might want to keep the servants up for the personal scheme power because, we're doing a lot of that. But maybe bring down the lodgings. We wouldn't really care about the lodgings we're giving to people anyway. I don't know how much we'd care about the fashion either. It is nice to have the extra prestige though. What about the food here? Yeah, let's bring the food down. And so we'll keep the fashion and the servants. But we have got to reduce the cost at least a little bit here, guys. It's not going to save us a ton of money, but it does result in us losing that court grandeur level, but I think we were going to lose that anyways. We just take a look at what you lose there. So yeah, it's a convince for that counselor task. So yeah, it's fine. We were able to sway the Prince Bishop. We had a really low chance of that being successful, so I'm glad to see that it worked out. So yeah, we got a 24% chance of being successful again. I mean, I guess we can keep doing it, but yeah, we kind of suck at swaying people. So there's a good chance we might actually reduce his opinion with that. But with the assassination of a character successful, I suppose we want to go ahead and find out who we're going to assassinate next. Let me just see if we got any factions. We do not. But we know there's going to be people we want to take out. So I want to say that we have our daughter in a position, our daughter's future husband. Yeah, so he's not set to inherit anything. Instead, his twin is. And, maybe he dies as a bleeder, but probably not. And so I think you'd take out this child here. We're just murdering children left and right, but we're a callous character that just doesn't care. We don't care who we're killing. We don't even think about how horrible this is. We did get some people joining our scheme there. But it's not a high chance of success right now. 52% chance. So we don't have any money to spend. And our Spy Master's already doing something else. We might switch him over to support our scheme once he's done with this round of finding secrets. Shadow of Fame, Dawn. So we've seen this event, the Twilight event. So I think that was like the first one of this series. So it says, my father, the great Kaiser Gerard, died from his wounds a long time ago, yet the flame of his life still shines bright. What surrounded him everywhere now seems to follow me. Many still consider me his son, rather than a man in my own right. Just yesterday, an old peasant was praising him as if he was still alive. The time has come to step out of his shadow, to make my mark on the world, to be recognized as the great King Gerard. I mean, he certainly is a greater man than we are. We're still young, we have plenty of time. We'll try and live up in his image. But yeah, we could say the world shall remember Gerard as my father. And then we lose that Twilight one, instead get the Dawn one. Or alas, I will forever be his son. And then we get the Dusk one. Yeah, let's go with this one, the Dawn. That will be the one remembered in history. We have plenty of time to make our mark in the world. What's in a name? With the babe cradled in her arms, Queen Adelaide looks up at me, head held high and eyes glowing with pride. My love, perhaps we should name her Yutta. Who's this? Says our acquaintance. I don't even know who this is. Somebody's court physician? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how we know her. But she is a princess. Okay. So yeah, her father and grandfather were emperors. But yeah, I don't know who this is here. But I'm fine with it. If that's what she wants to name her. We gotta give her something. She's been having, demand after demand, and we always tell her no. You gotta pick her battles, so we can name her Yetta. That's okay. And we did find an accolade successor, and the Caliph has renewed the jihad. So we'll probably see some more holy wars happening. Although we haven't actually attacked them over here. That one war was in Iberia. We got the next childhood event here. This is our son's first words. And he says gold. Those are his first words. That's great. So you say how delightful. We'll get one gold. Or push him again and what else he could say. And then we get the stewardship. You keep pushing him, he's going to get all stressed out, though. So that's one thing to consider. You could also just go, I don't have time for this as well. But I think we would be delighted with the gold, honestly. He brought us some gold, and yeah, that's the sign of a good ruler right there. He knows where to find gold. Alright, so yeah, we'll go with that option in this particular case. So, somebody trying to murder somebody else? Yeah, this count wants to murder, or did murder, this countess. Okay. So he's Duke Roger's marshal, so he's not even directly our vassal here. What? Okay, because this is the, I see, that's the Find Secrets mission. So this is actually useful then. So let's go ahead and blackmail him. This will give us a strong hook and we can force him, and as a marshal it would be really useful, force him to join our attempt to kill his liege eventually. Again, we're not doing that just yet. We're still looking for a hook on him. So there is a hunt we can attend. Let me just take a look at where this is at. He's a comfort eater. Alright, it's way up here. And I don't think we'll probably travel to that right now. So yeah, we don't need to be notified of that. So what we need to do is move our spy master to support schemes now. Because otherwise, we're not going to have a good chance here. And we still don't have a good chance at 64%. That's still pretty low. We don't have any money though. I could try and find a secret over there, which this is in Croatia, right? Yeah, we could try and find a secret to try and get somebody in. How long would that take? Let me just take a look real quick. See if we can find a secret quick enough before this is supposed to fire. 7 months, yeah, we can try. You never know. Maybe we get lucky, find ourselves a secret there. So the Iron Knight needs a successor. That's the first among advisors. So here. So yeah, because the have a courtier here. Yeah, he's garbage. Okay, so we won't be able to do that right now. We'll just have to wait. There's an election going on right now. Wondering if our character will get elected. This would be a much better character to get elected. He's nice and young and healthy. We did lose an agent here. Okay, so that's going to reduce our chance of success by even more. Yeah, he was a really important agent. Alright, so that's unfortunate. So we have to really hope that we're successful here, because we just haven't moved down these trees enough yet. This will be helpful to find secrets progress spread. So might want to do that. I think that would be, although this one, the scheme power is helpful too. The murder scheme power. Yeah, I think that might be the better option actually. Yeah, plus 30% there. Let's do that. You know, actually that was the scheme power, and so that just makes it happen quicker. So yeah, it didn't help us here. We needed success chance, not scheme power. So will we get all of these same events for each of our heirs? Because that's kind of annoying. I hate that these DLC events, that's what they do, where they just fire over and over again and you just constantly say the same events. Really kind of takes you out of it. Yeah, I don't want to get this for every single one of our heirs, the same event. So yeah, I don't have time for this crap. That's what I say. So closer to formal rivalry with our son now. And our counselor died of old age. Okay. Right as we were starting to kind of get along with this Duke Gottfried. So he died, and thus his son has taken over. And so he still has all those titles. He hasn't lost those yet. That relies on this Duke, the Duke of Flanders, to die for those titles to be lost. But he has around the same opinion of us as his father, maybe slightly lower. Alright, so got this event here again. We're just going to go with this one here, the Diplomacy Challenge. Probably want to mock it. Oh, and yes, we have a council position open now because he was our spy master. So yeah, we need to put somebody else in place here since we got something we're trying to use a spy master for right now. So the new powerful vassal is actually this Count Falmar. He has 3 counties, or 2 counties and a barony. I don't really care that much about pissing him off, and he's not really all that good. And frankly, we need a good spy master. But unfortunately, we don't have very many good choices there. Yeah, not really. This mayor is better than Count Adrian the Impaler. But honestly, him being the Impaler, he sounds like he'd be a better, better spy master, and he likes us more. So I think we're actually going to give him the position. And this would not be the first time he was one of our spy masters. Yeah, we'll do that. And so I don't remember what our last spy master's skill was. I don't know if that's gone up or down. I think it was 14, so I think this has actually gotten lower now. Oops, we don't want to take them off that. I want to see how long it's going to take. 3 months compared to the 8 months for us to succeed there. Alright. So yeah, I just hope we can find a secret there and force somebody in, because we don't have any money at this moment, nor any way to get money in order to pay agents. So we did get an attempted murder secret over there. So you might be able to force him into it. Let me just see here. Oh, he's a spy master. Wow. Okay, that's about as good as it gets, guys. So yeah, let's go and blackmail him. And that's gonna be a strong hook. Apparently we get a strong and a weak hook. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. That's really helpful, guys. Very, very helpful. And so now we have that hook. Let's go into... First we'll go into our council here and switch him over to support schemes. Because we should be firing this off before he'd be successful. Yeah, it takes 7 months to find another secret. So that puts us at 45%. But with this agent here, the spy master, that's going to change the situation here, guys. Quite a bit. Now we're at 95. So we'll be able to take out the boy. That's exactly what we needed to get that done, guys. And it probably changed the amount of time it's going to take, too. Yeah, we're at 5 months now. So as long as he remains a spy master, we should be in a good position there. So my Catholic family... I raise my hand to call for Ida from across the hall, yet my mother only returns an embarrassed glance before rushing off. My own family has been turned against me by that brooding bompet, Prince Bishop Udo. Yeah, he does not like us. I mean, he's going to die soon. Maybe we won't have to deal with this guy very long. So he has taken up the habit of whispering lies in my relatives' ears whenever they go to him for spiritual guidance, claiming that I am a wicked king and that God cursed our house. I mean... He's not wrong. We are kind of a wicked king. We could say I too have a few things to say about him. This is a diplomacy challenge that we will surely fail in. We could say, would a public show of contrition help? I don't know if we would do that. I feel like this would be the one we would do. I will not let him undermine me. Dread, spending piety, and getting this scorned clergy. Yeah, that's the one we'd definitely do. So our dread is back up at 40 now, which is what we had before we had to give in to the demands of that faction. And we have some concerned courtiers. How long before he is plotting against us? This scheming is getting out of hand. So this is our knight, the Norse knight. And then some guests that we have here. Well, I really don't think they have to be concerned we're going to plot against either one of them. But they're standing with their heads close together, and they startle as I round the corner. My king, we were just talking about your recreational activities. They seem to take up much of your time. That is true. That's what we've been working on. Assassinating people, taking people out. So we can say nothing that any loyal servant should worry about. That's some entry lifestyle experience. Or I assure you there's nothing to be concerned about. 100% chance that our subjects will still remain uneasy. Or mind your own business. Yeah, we're going to go with this route here. They don't have to worry if you're loyal. Nothing to be concerned about. Our aunt, the Queen Candida of Scotland, was taken prisoner. Alright, so Scotland's clearly got a conflict. This is one reason why I didn't want to keep that alliance with them. I don't want to be fighting over there, have to send troops onto these wars. So our spy master, Count Adrian the Impaler, has paid homage to us. Alright, excellent. We need that money. But these monies are coming just as we need them. And also that increases our court grandeur up. Maybe being in debt was what was causing problems there. So unconditionally. Oh, so is this our daughter here? Yeah, she just wants some hugs. I don't know how our character would feel about that, but apparently we like it because we lost stress. I mean, I guess we may be callous. But it doesn't even have to be a terrible father, right? We haven't been great with our son, though, I guess. So this is a hunt with the Prince Bishop Udo. Maybe I go there to get rid of this guy quicker, because he's going to live forever with all these modifiers he's got here. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll go to his hunt. So let's join the Bishop's hunt. We can also remove Count Falmer. We've already seen that that's not going to have much of an effect here. And you just got to deal with his son. So yeah, let's get rid of Udo. That's the whole reason why we came. And we just use these activities for attempts for murder. This will be what, like the third or fourth person we've murdered in an activity. And it looks like another child is going to be lost in the forest. Seems like that's our favorite method. But yeah, we gain a lot of stress from this. Yeah, I just wouldn't expect that he would care about murdering children here, if that bother him, but apparently it does. And so yeah, his heir is now dead, and thus this son is taken over, who of course has that matrilineal marriage. So those were the two matrilineal marriages that we wanted to arrange to get our dynasty in power. But we are going to avoid doing matrilineal marriages now. Somebody brought up that, you know, as I said at the beginning of the series, that it's not exactly historical, because it's not. That's not something that you saw. The developers made it up for the game so that when you're playing as a female character, it doesn't mean the end of your story, the end of your line. It doesn't mean a game over, which is what it was in CK1, the first Crusader Kings, before they added matrilineal marriages. If you're playing as a female character, there's no way to continue unless you had like certain types of inheritances that might result in, like, let's say your uncle coming in and taking over instead of a son or daughter who is not of your dynasty. So in CK2 they added that mechanic so that playing as a female ruler didn't mean the end of your game. But yeah, it's not historically accurate, and so it's probably something we shouldn't use very often. We also limit the AI from doing it to some degree, so it's not exactly fair either, since they can't really do it that much. And so yeah, it makes sense not to use that all the time. I'm not saying we'll never use matrilineal marriages, but yeah, I might want to, you know, keep a check on that. And that's typically what I do in my series. I don't use them very often. Just kind of got happy with it, using it a little bit there in that one episode. But yeah, we'll cut down on that a bit. All right, so we need to go ahead and do the find secrets here again. See if we can't find something on the Duke, so I can change his contract. Alright, so let's see if we can be successful on a murder attempt. It doesn't look like the hunt is very likely to be successful. And this count here has been excommunicated. Okay. We're not able to sway the bishop. I don't care. In fact, I'm going to stop trying to sway him. We might not assassinate him. We can sway and assassinate at the same time. Our courtiers have gained that diplomatic trait, so boosting up their diplomatic abilities there. And looks like that rebellion's going very well and very bad for the King of Scotland. Our spouse aids us in intrigue studies. All right, excellent. So we got increased learning and some more intrigue lifestyle points. So we should be pretty close to getting the next herc here. Yeah, very close. Court Ranger just continues bouncing back and forth there between level 5 and 6, and he wasn't able to uncover a secret here, unfortunately. But we do have the ability to keep going. So let's go ahead and say if there's anything, we shall find it. And maybe we can get some perks to help us out here, like doing the digging for dirt. Hostile scheme success chance, that's what we want there. But yeah, we're going to do the digging for dirt first to try and speed up this secret progress. Yeah, very low attempt. Very low chance that we're going to succeed there. And is that a travel event here that we had? Yeah. Okay, so this is just a falcon one. Not what we're here for. But looks like we did increase the success chance a bit. Lost a bit of stress, which we very much need. And we got some hunter trait experience. Again, that's, you know, it's very difficult to move up in that one because you get such low points there, and they're very rarely ever successful, these hunts, when you're doing the falconing. We're no longer wounded. I didn't even realize that we were wounded. But yeah, apparently we were. And our son has tons of questions because he is curious. Alright, so with the curious, you can do the diplomacy or the learning. Which one should we do? We haven't done either of these. You know, let's have him do the learning. That's something we don't do very often for our heirs. And so yeah, we're going to have him do the learning one. There's some cool stuff there. Is this our attempt? No, the hunt failed. So it looks like we probably won't be able to take him out, unfortunately. Alright, so we leave this adventure behind. We did get the prestige and the hunter experience, and we lost that stress. So it wasn't a completely useless endeavor. But yeah, we did not achieve our goal there. And are you kidding me? Alright. So it looks like Prince Udo, God, this guy's such a problem here. He has evidence of our attempted murder of him. So he knows that we attempted to kill him in the hunt. I didn't read those events, so maybe that's, yeah, it looks like he found out about that. He can get a strong hook on us. He's going to gain a lot of stress, though. That might kill him because he's compassionate. He's not going to live very long. But if you decline, then everybody will know that we attempted to murder him. I feel like we just kind of got to give in to this for right now. And so he'll have a strong hook on us since we won't be able to act against him now. Alright. I don't know what he'll be able to use that hook on us for because he's, you know, Prince Bishop. I guess we'll just have to see. But yeah, not a great situation there. We got caught, guys. Alright, so unfortunately, we do have to end today's episode here. We could look at some of these wars that we could declare. There are a lot of them. I feel like we finally have the realm stable now, for the most part. There seems to be some rebellions going on or whatever, but that is not pertaining to us. Yeah, we have a bit of stability now. We don't have any problems with factions and nothing there. I mean, we'll have to fight this peasant rabble here in a few months. But yeah, we don't have any faction problems. And what happened to Prince Magnus? He was disfigured. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay. He did have 2 children here. He gave us a niece and a nephew. And, you know, remember, he's a hunchback, and so his daughter did inherit that trait, but his son did not. In fact, his son inherited, you know, the beautiful line of traits from his mother. So he takes after his mom. He's comely. Yeah, I think we're in a position where we can declare war now. So we'll take a look at that. Obviously, got to raise up a war chest first, because we don't have any money. And it's going to be an expensive war, because we just don't earn much, unfortunately. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do next episode. We'll do a war. Oh, look at this. The faction succeeded. So Duchess Matilda is now independent. So basically they made their demands. They're powerful enough. It seems that Provence is now independent, as is Lombardy. Very interesting situation here, guys. And remember, we have our brother married to the Duchess of Lombardy. So those will be of our dynasty as well. Wow, yeah, very interesting situation here, guys. These are all free. Okay. So, the Holy Roman Empire has gotten weaker because of this very weak emperor. So not surprising. When they selected him, I knew this was going to be the situation. He's just too weak, and now he's even weaker. He has barely any troops. Anybody could rebel against this guy. If you just looked at the factions, there might be some factions you might want to join. Maybe not. Looks like they're all peasant factions. But yeah, if you wanted to, this would be the time to create an independence faction. I didn't actually want to do that right now. Oops. I just meant to click on it. But yeah, we could do a play for independence, see who joins. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should we get rid of that faction, or should we keep it and actually become independent because the emperor is weak? I don't think we're a very loyal character, but do we want to break up the HRE? I guess that's the big question. Is that what we're looking to do here? Create a hybrid culture and just have a powerful king here, and then start eating away parts of the HRE? Yeah, it's an interesting scenario. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Should we actually do a play for independence while the emperor's weak? We have allies of our own, but not enough, so we'd have to... Yeah, we definitely would have to get an ally somewhere. So arrange a marriage for one of our children, and probably a couple of our children, for some allies who could help us against the emperor. I'm sure there's plenty available out there who are willing to do that. To weaken a rival like that. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below. Hope you did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one, and thanks for watching.